One of a Kind with Rob Van Dam is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
It's just my knowledge gets so much better and better, and even though the older you are, the more friends you lose along the way. It's just got to be that way. It's either that way or the other way around.
Yeah. I tend to wear my friends. This is from one of my best friends that passed away. Oh, when my friends pass, I typically wear them somewhere on my body.
Wow, nice tribute. I can't imagine. I'd be so covered by now.
Dude, I bet. Yeah. Especially your field of work. Like I'm ex-military, right? And then like I was only in for a little bit, but like you lose a lot of friends, and then or just going through life. But like the wrestling community, like that's they're wild people. You know what I mean? They're good people, but they're wild.
Yeah, for sure. And
especially back in the day.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Yeah. I mean, as far as the standard setters, WWE and shit like that, they're way better than they ever were before. So the newer, younger guys, like you might be one of these guys real soon because we keep seeing you pop up there. If you get a job, these guys are definitely gonna live longer than my peers because it's more about a lot of reasons. It's more of a corporate structured atmosphere that's approved by the standards and critics of everything legal wise and morally, and it's like the guys have to keep in shape because of the style now, as opposed to being able to party their ass off and do a couple elbows and drop a leg or something, and a lot of boys I hear switched from alcohol and pills to weed too. So I don't know. I don't know how much credit that, but I feel like these guys are going to live a lot longer than my generation.
Oh yeah. Well, also too the mass monsters that they had in your generation. Like I started wrestling at like 290. I was a power lifter, and I even I trained with I don't know if you're still her friend or acquaintance. Tanya.
Yeah, Moore. I got that.
I love Tanya. Yeah. Like she taught me so much. Tanya Moore.
Tanya Moore. Okay.
Yeah, probably one of the best female bodybuilding talents, and because of health, she had to cut it short. But if you look at how dominant and how good she was for the period of time that she was bodybuilding, she had the like one of the most put together physiques, well proportioned, everything. Yeah, Tanya's the shit.
And she was dating or married to a good friend of mine, Michael V in LA. So a lot of the boys know Michael V and would stop in to see him when they were in Los Angeles. And that's how I knew her. But yeah, we used to train together at Gold's in Long Beach, or at Gold's in I can't remember what that part of the city was called. Garden, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, known her for a long time, and I got that message, and that's cool. Before we get off subject, one other question on the shitstorm, and I don't know if you have an answer or not, but I saw, because a lot of people say this, they say the point of contention is they think those dudes, Stu and Raja, apologized, everything was cool, and then later on, Raja took advantage of them. Well, kind of, but I didn't so much see, hey, everything's cool. What I saw was Raja reluctantly agreeing when the promoter said, hey, we're going to work it out so that you get him back in the ring. And so in my mind, it was a conditional apology. It wasn't just like, no problem, don't worry about it. It was like, I get him back, right? What's your opinion on that? Was it more of a conditional apology, or was it like a boom, hey, forget about it, you can trust me? Either.
See, that's a gray area for me. So like, I'll give you the facts, and then like I'll give you like my thoughts too, because I have to look back at a lot, right? So like, I was told that there was supposed to be a receipt and to look out for the whole situation. That's how I even ended up out there, right? And then like by the time it all started coming out, I was blown away. Like, who the fuck would do this to, like, I couldn't, like, you can't, like, some of the punches were on the side of the head, sloppy. You didn't realize how incensed this guy was, right? So like, even the people in the stands, like, I thought it was a work until I saw you get in there, right? So like, yes, you could say it was conditional, but then like his confessions that he said all the way leading up to that is where, like, to me, it's like, all right, bro, that was fucking horseshit because you've always wanted to hurt a professional wrestler. I'm gonna punch him as many times as I can until someone pulls me off, and I'm gonna hit him for real. My biggest issue was that like the people that were guiding him through that, like, did not have a check. If I'm gonna like dish out something like that or like set something up like that, you would think you would have safeguards in place.
Sure. Yeah.
Besides, you would talk to him, you would coach him through it, you would say this, and this, but like just to let him roam free like that, there's so much responsibility there for that. Like the guy who brought him there, who's supposed to be quote unquote Stu's best friend, saying fuck that guy, he's a fucking idiot, give him a real one, tag his shit. Like I hold him the most accountable because you brought somebody there and you're responsible for your quote unquote friend. And then the guy that you brought, that you're also his coach. And like, you live stream with him all the time. And then you just do nothing but lie afterwards. Like there's so much that goes into that. Like none of that shit should have happened. Like, no, like, and that, so yes, the apology had to have been conditional just based on that information, right?
Right.
Like,
right.
because if you have an agreed upon receipt and a receipt's coming, right? Like, then they agreed upon it. That's a conditional apology. But like the whole thing of hitting him as many times as I can while he's unconscious is like bonkers to me. And then from what I learned way after the incident was that it was supposed to be one punch and roll out of the ring. And they were supposed to take advantage of the punch.
According to who?
According to the young boy that tried to pull him off in the beginning with the face paint.
The young referee?
No, not the referees. No, I can't.
Oh.
Like, I don't want to say bad things about people, so I just don't bring up the referee. Sure. I got nothing good to say.
I'm just thinking, Raja, obviously, he's a little nuts. I'm thinking that him saying, I'm just going to keep punching him as many as I can, I'm thinking that's not contradictive to him getting permission to get the receipt. I'm thinking in his mind the whole time that the receipt is something that that is going to be very subjective to his perception of what that should be. That's the way I saw it.
Yeah, I could see that too. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like it's just like, again, like putting myself in it. If somebody would have, I don't think I would have gone that crazy, but like there would have been, been something.
No,
yeah, you know what I mean?
No question.
Yeah, but like
none of us would have done that.
Right.
No, right. Yeah. So like it's just, I know you're not excusing the thing, but like, yeah, it's because I think what you're trying to say is there other accountabilities besides Raja? I would absolutely say so.
Yeah, and I mean,
because just putting it on him is horseshit.
It's I would agree with that too. It's because it's like you said earlier, it's a perfect storm. Like there was no cap of okay, this is what's going to happen. He wasn't coached on what's going to go down. Not only that, but he's a bit of a hothead, and he let that get the better of himself. And he had maybe some intent to further damage stuff. And like later on, I want to get this guy back. Yeah. And so
he said that before he went in there in the live stream, he literally like went through like every bit of like confessing that he's always wanted to hurt a wrestler. He's going to do this and he's going to do that. So like that happened. But like also the biggest thing is, they should have never have let the guy into the fucking ring and like not let a non-wrestler who's never done anything in wrestling or know the psychology. He's a fighter.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they're different animals. Like fighters are fighters. And like I was trained in kickboxing growing up and when I was in the military and stuff like that. But like there's like when you're venturing as like an amateur and you're like, I'm decent at this, and then you see the guy at like the top who's like the racehorse at the gate. You know what I mean? But they're always like that. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, that's why they're good.
Right.
Like that. Yeah. It's that's a crazy thing to me to like digest still. Like, I think there's a lot of validity to what you said or asked.
Okay, yeah. I mean, when I started, nobody was even allowed in the dressing room if they didn't have if they weren't working on the card. Sabu or someone older than him would chase anybody out. So for me, that's just how the business has changed to where you know, everyone walks through the dressing room or whatever. It's open to March. There's no kayfabe anymore. So of course, I feel like that's a big problem. But those guys know better
Yeah,
than.
that
Yeah.
Hey, I want to talk to you guys all about IndaCloud, and holy smokes, I made my friend's day the other day because he came over. We went to a wrestling show, and I got dropped off at my place. He came inside, and I was like, hey, you know what you would like is a little bit of this stuff. And I showed him some of the IndaCloud products I got, and I hooked him up with some of the dope rope, and I hooked him up with some of the gummies, and he was unbelievably excited about how great this product was. He saw how many milligrams the dope rope was pumped for the gummies and all the different kind of flavors and variety of it all. And man, I was so happy I made his day, because guess what? He found a pair of my Ray-Bans, and I couldn't thank him enough for that. So I was like, you know what? You found my sunglasses. Let me hook you up. So Rob Van Dam and I, we want to offer you a very special offer for our listeners. This is a big time offer here. You're getting 40% off. That's right, 40% off when you use code RVD. Just head to inda.shop/RVD and you can get 40% off of your purchase here at IndaCloud. And let me say, they got plenty of stuff. They got the Pop Fizz stuff. They have the gummies, and man, this stuff is super effective, and it'll get you to where you want to be with some THC needs for sure. So yet again, go to inda.shop/RVD. That's INDA.shop/RVD and use promo code RVD to get 40%. That's 40% off your order. Do it now and feel one of a kind.